Hello and welcome everybody, it's Matt from PRMTG here. I've got a box opening of a new card game that I'm interested in. It's called Alpha Clash. I have bought the starter decks, and the starter decks have kind of spiked some interest. I've also watched some gameplay of the game itself, and the game is pretty fun. It's similar to a bunch of different card games put together. It's superhero based, where you're like these there's alphas, which are kind of like superheroes, similar to like Marvel, where you've got like the Flash. It's not called the Flash, but it's called he's basically the Flash. And you've got this is that's the Magnate, and the Magnate's kind of Superman. But I mean, the story's a little different. And then you have these people that fight the superhumans, which are the Alpha Hunters, and then a bunch of different other factions. That it's just a fantasy world. There's a comic book for the game as well. I think you can even scan this QR code to learn to play. Boom. Rising Empire Studios is the creator of the game. Each box retails for about $67. You also, if you pre-ordered this, I don't know if this would be considered the alpha. I think this was kickstarted, but if you did the pre-order through certain people, like this one was through Covenant, Team Covenant. You got these Torque the Uncontrollables. I did 3 boxes because I realistically should have done 4 because I wanted 4 of these, but I figured I'd do 3 because, I don't want to spend too much on a new game. As far as like whether or not cards are worth money, I have no idea. There's no like TCG player for it yet. I think they're fairly new. The release date was the 21st for Alpha Clash. Okay, so get Magnate the Tyrant. Super foily, super shiny. I guess it's like a box topper. I don't know if the box toppers are all, but interesting. I knew there would be box toppers. How many cards are in each pack? 9 cards per pack. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Put these over here and packs. I'm just looking for super shiny cards, and I also just want more cards to be able to play with. I have played the game a little bit. Sharpshooter Moxie is one that I've already seen. Alright, what we got here? Sinister Assistance. That sounds new. Then target Clash card with an initial resource cost of 1 or less to Oblivion. So it's like a 1 mana, 1 kill spell. Solar Flare. Solar's pretty cool. She's used in a few different decks. Sonaro. Spiritual Defense. There are some base cards, like he's just a 2-1. 1 mana, 2-1. United Nations headquarters is pretty busted. It's a very powerful card. So it's a headquarters. It's a Clash Ground. Gives all your dudes +2/+0 in interception. Basically, they can block flying. Gives them reach. Warcry 2 mana 2/2. And then Sonaro foil. Nothing special. Torque expelling energy. Torque is really strong. A lot of his things, they have what's called enrage. Whenever they take non-clash damage, they get +1/+0. So you basically try to pump your own dudes and then attack. Pretty cool. Packs are easy to open from the bottom. Yeah, open them from the bottom. Okay. I believe there's a foil in every pack. Moxie Sidearm, Power Overflowing. This is the Clash buffs. There's a Clash buff for every color. You can only have 2 per deck. Sergeant Weber, nothing there. Counterattack. Prevent all clash damage that would be dealt during this clash. Then your contender gains 2 health. It's interesting. Like a fog heal. Shadow Light. So this is the white color. I think there's white, green, blue, black, red, the standard colors. I don't know if there probably is colorless, I think. This card can't be obstructed by clash cards, so it can't be blocked. Anything. Unblockable to alpha cards. The Silver Surfer looks like. T-Bone. Just a buff black guy. Ready to rock. Torque. I don't like how he's kind of like fat. The only thing I don't like about Torque, he's kind of fat. Like he's like really strong and whatnot, but ooh, Solar Flare. Solar Flare's super good. Actually, it looks really sweet. I love the foils of these. They are a little bit like overdone, but like not really. Pretty awesome. Well, that's actually not the Solar Flare that I was thinking. That is not. So that just because the name says Solar Flare, it actually doesn't mean it's the actual card. There's a Solar Flare creature. This is a counterattack. Then target attacking Clash card with 2 or less to Oblivion. So basically kill something with 2 or less to Oblivion when it attacks. Torque to energy overflowing. So he's buffed there. He's not. So I guess not really fat. He's just big boned. So he's kind of the Hulk. Seems like. Oh, there's a pull tab. Fancy. There are super special secret versions of cards. If it's got like gold stamps, it's like super good. There are rarities. So there's down here at the bottom, C for common. Not that I've ever gotten anything. Alright, so we've got those rare, common, or uncommon, common. So I'm assuming there's going to be a random assortment. So that's another rare. I'm going to see if I got any. I think there's legendary. I don't think I got any special. Okay. There are legendaries and then ultra secret legendaries. There's a wide variety of like extra special cool cards to hit. A Weber Affliction. New. It's 1+1/+1, and then you can deal 1 damage to your contender. I think the cool thing about him, so it's kind of like Commander, where your contender is your commander. I haven't seen a commander yet, but I'll explain. Him being able to deal 1 damage to the commander, plus giving a creature +1/+1. When you play Torque, his special ability is that whenever he takes 1 damage or more, you get to draw a card. So it's pretty good. Draw a card, deal +1/+1. Antarctica, what is that? That's a Clash Ground. That's a new Clash Ground. Deal 1 damage to all Clash cards. When it enters the battlefield, and at the start, deal 1 damage to all Clash cards. Oh wow, just globally, it just keeps pinging. Huh, interesting. Keep all the little guys off the board. San Francisco, another Clash. That one looks like a full art Clash. I actually don't know. Maybe they're all full art. I don't know if there's like anything special about certain cards, but I think San Francisco might be new. Weber's Binoculars is a really good accessory, and that one is a common. Then the rare at the back is just Torque, Energy Overflowing. I think it was the Box Topper? No, the Box Topper was Magnate. So realistically, I know that there's a specific card that's worth $100. It's the guy on the box. Guy. That guy right there. So if we see that, get excited. I mean, considering the box is only $60, you know. Mage's Plans, Mean Streak. Mean Streak's like Flash. Oh, here we go. So that's Mean Streak. So Mean Streak, so he's your contender. So he has 30 HP. I think they all have 30 HP. They have 1 attack, which I believe also they have 1 attack. And then they have these abilities. So when you're at 30 or less HP, you get this ability. Once per turn, you can, during your primary turn, you can move any number of streak counters from a Clash card you control to another Clash card. Streak counters are like speed counters. You're able to, different streak cards have like abilities. This one just puts a streak card. So different cards, like there's like a certain card that's like, if this has 5 or more streak counters, it gets something. If this has 10 or more, it gets another thing. And then 10 or less Flash cards you control with 1 or more streak counter get 1/1 and Super Speed. Super Speed! Which I don't 100% know what Super Speed is. It might be like First Strike. Morale Boost. The Pump card. Yeah. Only play if you're white. Got Moxie. Streak and Rage. 1 streak counter each of up to 2 target Clash cards. Okay. T-Bone. Plane. And then Sinister Assistance. And that's just a common, right? Yeah. Common. Then the Falling Dude. Sonaro. It looks like he's like either street dance, like what is it, street dancing, or street fighting, dance fighting, whatever you want to call it. But or he's falling. I call him the falling guy. So far, only rares. We got the Avenging guy. We got Cowling. 1 mana, 1/1. You may reveal the top 3 cards of your library. If you do, you may add an accessory with an initial cost of 4 or less from among them into your hand. The remaining cards at the bottom of your deck. Well, that's actually a very strong effect. Some of the ones like, another contender, Clarity. I have not seen Clarity before. Whoa, way too close. We got 30 HPs, 1 attack. At the beginning of your draw step, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Then put any number of them on the bottom of your deck and the rest on the top in any order. So you get to scry 2 every turn. Wow, that seems very strong. And then 10, once per turn during your primary phase, you may look at the top 3 cards of your deck. If you do, put them back in the order, then draw a card. You get to do the same thing, but look 1 deeper and then draw. She seems very good. Clarity, Streak, a T-Bone, Maxine. Common. Then Torque. Oh, here's Torque. Oh, that's not the right Torque, though. He's just Torque Expelling Energy. I thought it was the... Oh, I don't know. The picture, sometimes they just look like the contender. So basically the way that it works is that they're all Torque. They're all Clarity. They're all Mean Streak, whatever. But they're like... these are like different times in their life, I guess, or different times in the combat, where this is Torque Expelling Energy, and this is Captain Maxine Riggins. Like, their names are all the same, but their thing after the comma are what's the part. Like, this guy's the Avenging guy. He's just trying to help. But there might be the Avenging guy, like, super pumped or whatever, you know? It's just like different parts in the world. This pack looks almost exactly the same as before. Oh, there's Flare. Flare is awesome. 5 mana, but there's like this is like a more expensive Flare. This is Flare Solar Force. She has Flight. Oh, so this is just a 5 mana 5/5. So this is not the Flare that I was thinking. There's like a 1 mana Flare that's really good. Gotcha. What does Gotcha do? Negate the effect of a trap being activated, then send it to Oblivion. Okay, counter trap. So counter their trap card with your trap card. Ooh, we've got. Oh, here comes the boom. Hell yeah. This card is bonkers. It actually even looks wild too. So it's 4 mana, deal 5 damage to all Clash cards. There's another guy. Ooh, we got a double foil rare. This guy right here. So here comes the boom with this card is wild. This has, when this card would be dealt non-clash damage. This is non-clash damage. And this card, I'm sorry, when this card would be dealt non-clash damage, prevent that damage instead, and this card gets +1/+1 for each point of damage prevented this way. So he's only a 1 mana, 1/2. But if you play Here Comes the Boom, it wipes their side of the field and then gives this guy +5/+5. It's actually wild. The Torque deck is nutty. Here Comes the Boom is nutty. This is a good hit. I feel like this is a very, very good hit. I feel like this is going to be an expensive card. Getting in foil. I think they're all foil. Getting into foil is really, it actually just looks really good too. And then we got Morak. Morak on the Hunt. It's just a rare. Here Comes the Boom. Also just rare. Morak on the Hunt. 4 mana. 4/3. When he enters, you may send target non-clash card with resource cost of 3 or less to Oblivion. Okay, so like a destroy on. Makes sense. It's the color black. It makes sense in the color pie. They seem to kind of follow the same pattern as the color pie. There's the 1-drop Flare, I think. So 1 mana 1/1. Once per turn during your primary phase, you may engage this card. If you do, deal 1 damage to target Clash or Contender. But because this is red, this goes in the Torque deck, where you're able to ping your own commander and draw a card. So you do take the damage, but tap a creature, draw a card is pretty solid, especially when you're in this game, Alpha Clash. Your cards are your resources as well as the cards itself. Like if you want to play a land, you can choose any card in your hand and just flip it over, and that's your land for the turn. Pretty solid. So we got Garfield the Park Lagoon. 1 mana, 1. Oh, it's a Clash Ground. All Alpha Clash cards gain +1/+0, and then when it enters, each player draws 1 card, and this card's a card. So each player loots. Interesting. Magnate. We got See, there's the Magnate, but then there's the Magnate Careful Planner. Yeah, both Magnates, different dudes. Well, different times of the fight or whatever. San Francisco, Sharpshooter Moxie. Then Sonaro again. I don't like Sonaro that much. It gives like situational +1. Oh no, hold on. Is this the one that resurrects? If this one resurrects, this card gets +1/+1 until on turn you draw a card. Then if a contender is green, you may clash. No, it's not. Wait. You may ready a clash card. So that's just untapped. So that's not the guy. One of the ones, I think it was the following one. He like resurrects something from your graveyard, which is pretty solid. Surprise! T-Bone, the Avenging guy without a comma. We got Torque, just a standard 2/1 Torque. Lefty on the way. Is that not Mean Streak? No, I'm confused. Oh, it's because it's not a creature, so it's just a thing. Okay. Lefty's Last Stand. Counter, attack, prevent all Clash damage that would be dealt by attacking Clash card during this turn. Clairvoyance, uncommon, foil. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Put one. So Clairvoyant seems more blue than blue seems more blue because you're like scrying and stuff with Clairvoyant or with white. Put one of them to your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck and anywhere. Scry 5. Yeah, Scry 5. Warcry, Sign of Hope. Rare. 3 mana, 4/2 breakthrough, which is trample. If you're familiar with Magic. So far, nothing like amazing. No legendaries. In the 3 packs that I've opened so far, because when I bought the starter deck, Torque redirecting damage. Hey, there's Torque to Contender. Okay. So this is the Torque guy that I was talking about. Torque the Diabolical. So 30 HPs, and then once per turn during your primary phase, you may engage this card. If you do, deal 1 damage to target clash card. Also, that's just like you can just do that. You can do it whenever you want during your primary phase. But then it also has a secondary effect. Whenever non-clash damage is dealt to this contender, draw 1 card. This ability triggers once per turn. You can trigger it on your turn and on their turn, which is pretty solid. And then under 10 HP, whenever non-clash damage is dealt to this contender, target clash card you control gets +1/+1. So use your own HP to pump and become a badass. Affliction. Lyn. 5 mana, 5/5 with flight. Pretty generic there. Clarity. Okay. 4 mana, 2/3. Is it a, what is that, a uncommon? Yeah, 2 mana, 2/3 uncommon. Then Apex. Rare. 6 mana, 6/4 flight and counter attack. After an opponent declares an attack, you may engage this card. If you do, negate that attack. Oh. So there's a combo with this and the guy on the cover. Basically, he wipes the board, and then you go get, each player goes and gets a card, and you go get this with, it doesn't matter what they get, because whatever this is negates what they get. Pretty wild. I just bent the crap out of one of the comments. It's fine. Just bend it back. Another flare. Very nice. Primary phase. You can get. Obviously, you need 4. Not obviously, but you need 4. So having 2 so far is fantastic. Magnate, Piercing Strike, San Francisco, Torque. We got a double Torque. Ooh, expelling energy and Torque energy overflowing. So double Torque. They are both rares. So I don't know if the Torque decks use them. Neither one of them are special foils. Standard foils. No gold stamps so far, no legendaries. Really got to make sure all the cards are down when you pull the tab, or else. All right, we got Colonel Edwards. There's an uncommon, I believe. Yep, uncommon Colonel Edwards. I've played with this in the starter deck. Pretty solid. Clarity's Dagger. So another first equipment that I have seen in white. So attached creature gets +3/+1, and then when it enters the battlefield, your container gains a health. Card can only be attached to a Clarity Clash card. He's attuned to the blade, obviously. Freak, another contender. I think at this point I probably have all the contenders. Morale boost. Oh, that's the white pump card. Flash, Bone, Warcry, him. Nothing special there. Then we got a foil Apex. That's really nice. Vortex. That should be a good card. Right now, I think one of the common strong decks uses him. This is the one where you can negate the attack. So having that in foil is pretty good. I had to put a value on that. Rare, right? Rare? $10. Maybe 20? I don't know. It's meta. Makes it big. And like nobody plays this game, so how many people are really opening boxes? Shadow Light's Light Beam. Prevent all clash damage. Oh, it's that one. T-Bone, Torque, Clarity's Dagger. What is that, like uncommon? Oh, it's a rare. Oh, that's right, it wasn't the last slot before. Then we got a shiny as hell card back here. Earthly Barricade. Another rare. It looks like a... you can get two rares per pack. Looks like the max. Nothing crazy. There is no set boosters or collector's boosters. Come on now. It's just one box, 24 packs, $67. Nothing too crazy. But there can be some crazy stuff. Like I said, that one guy in the box, you get him, you're in good... What is this? Kilimanjaro Ascendant Champion. 4 mana, 4/4. When he enters, you may discard any number of cards from your hand. For each card you discard, target clash card gets -2, -0, -2. That's not great. What is that? E. The hell's E? E rarity. Huh. I don't know what E is. Put that aside. San Francisco. This is a Clash Ground. Whenever an alpha Clash card you control is dealt non-Clash damage, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Holy. Holy, this is crazy for Torque. I don't know what rarity E is, but I think that's got to be something special there. E would be promo. E extra? I don't even know. Ancient Protection. Then target the accessory to Oblivion. You got to have that accessory hate. Of course. A Mean Streak. Oh, here we go. Here's one of the guys that... this is a rare, right? E. E again. I don't know what E means. Another E. Mean Streak, Blink of an Eye. So this is the guy that has, like, with a bunch of different stuff. Whenever this card defeats another Clash card, you may put a streak counter on it. If this card has one counter, it gets +1/+1. Then it gets trampled. Then it gets +2/+2. Then it gets +5/+5. Now, I'm not 100% sure. I'm guessing it gets the +1/+1, the +2/+2, and the +5/+5 total. And it's already a 3/2, so it gets all of that added, I think. Because it'd be kind of dumb if it only got that one line. This says 10 or more, 3 or more, 5 or more, I assume. So another E. I don't know what E means. And then another rare Clash Ground. Grant Park, Chicago. That's a new one. Alpha and Rogue classes are Mercenary. I think it's Alpha and Mercenary cards. Clash cards get +2/+0. So Clash Grounds are global, so that's why it's nice. You have to pay attention to specifically what Clash cards it does go, or that it's used for. When it enters, you may search your library for one Clash card with initial resource cost 5 or less and reveal it. Put it into your shuffle your deck and then add that card to your hand. For 3, a Tutor Clash Ground? That's pretty wild. That's the first like tutor actually I think I've ever seen in this game. I did not know they would have any tutors. There's no search. Everything I've seen so far has been reveal, so that's the only search so far. That's pretty wild. Guy, Torque, Magnate, Metal Barrage. Hey, look at that. So we got our first gold stamped. What is that? IR. I don't remember what that means, but I know iconic rare. Yeah, iconic rare. So that one has Moxie fully loaded. Now the problem with this is this comes in the starter decks. I don't 100% remember if it's like this flashy. I don't think it has the gold stamp. So, but this card specifically does go in the starter deck, so nothing crazy there. I don't think, and I also don't think it's that great. Maybe there's a deck that utilizes it better than I've used it, but in the starter deck itself, I don't think it's strong enough for how much it costs. It costs 8. It's only a 6/7. There is a way to make it cheaper. It can cost 1 cheaper, but it's not the iconic rare that I want to see. I also don't know the pull rates of these cards. Like I don't know how many iconic rares you can get. When I had I had 2 of these iconic rares when I was playing, or when I opened the 3 packs previously, when I got the bubble mailers in the thingy-majigger. The starter deck Primors. Ooh, Plasmac. What is Plasmac? Wild. 5 mana, 4/4. Light. Trigger defeat. Ready up to 2 cards in your resource zone. Oh. So if this guy dies, you get 2 resources back. You can use him, attack into something, take something of theirs out. What kind of rarity is that? Rare. It is foil rare. So you can take one of their things out with your guy, hopefully trade with your guy, and then you get 2 mana back for the turn. And I guess you could even block with it on their turn. But the problem is there's not a ton of things you can do on your opponent's turn. There are traps in the game, similar to like Yu-Gi-Oh! I think. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In a while, so I don't know exactly how traps work, but I'm fairly certain. Ooh, we got Magnate. This isn't what is this? This is just a rare. Oh, it's an E again. I don't know what E means. Magnate the Undisputed. So he's like okay, so this and this card, Moxie, they are in starter decks together. So this is like the main character of the one starter deck, this is the main character of the other one. So 8 mana, 6/7, and it has Flight, which is nice. If you control 2 or more unattached weapons, it reduces the cost and makes it 7 mana for a 6/7. And then when it enters the battlefield, you can attach a weapon to it without paying its mana cost. And resources for traps are 1 cheaper. Not great. Not terrible, but not great. This guy here, though, this is 8 mana for a 7/6, all factor. When this card enters the battlefield, enters play, all Clash cards you don't control get -2, -0 until end of turn. And remember, in Alpha Clash, all cards have haste, except for the very first turn. Breakthrough, so it has trample. Undisputed, which is just basically indestructible on your turn. This Clash card can't be defeated during a Clash on your turn. And then if you control 2 or more Magnate Clash cards, you may reduce the resource cost to play this card by 1. That could be a 7 mana 7/6, hasty, global. It's kind of like Eldritch Norn, to be honest. It doesn't kill them, but it makes them weaker and allows you to like really tack in and do some damage. So very strong. Magnate's great. I think I like Magnate better than Moxie as far as the starter deck is concerned. Now, I don't know if that changes when you have access to more of the cards in the set. And there is only 1 set out, so maybe she gets stronger if she is weak. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what the meta is. The meta of Alpha Clash. You know, a newly default. Ooh. We got Main Streak. Boom! Sinister nothing. It just looks really cool. I like the yellow and the silver. But it just destroys the thing. New York City, always nice to have. New York City is also very strong. These pull tabs, not easy to see. They do rip open nicely, but just not easy to see. Yeah, Torque. We got more Torques. Weber, Affliction, Magnate, Sharpshooter, Moxie, nice common there, and then Moxie's Light Power Armor. This is a nice rare. Just gives it something 2/2 in flight. Fairly cheap. Came in the starter deck, so I'm familiar with it. There's only 2 starter decks. There's the Moxie starter deck and then the Magnate. At least to my knowledge. Spiritual Defense. Freak. Clairvoyance. Clarity. Ooh, Clarity. Iconic rare. Clarity. 6 mana, 4/5. Exclusive. Oh, only 1 copy can be in your control. Oh, it's different than Indisputable. There's like one that you can only have 1 in your deck. When it enters the battlefield, class cards you control gets +2/+0, or other class cards you control get +2/+0. Once returned during your prior phase, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck. If you do, add 1 of them to your hand and put the other on the bottom of your deck. Wow, so just every turn draw an extra card? Like a Bitter Blossom, but really expensive. It's an iconic rare. Hey look, Moxie's Power Armor. But, foily. Nothing special. Is that a rare? It is a rare. That makes sense. It was 4. The funny thing about opening this and having no idea what values of cards are, you kind of just get to enjoy the cards, and I guess you could just do the same thing with Magic, but you kind of know that you're not necessarily losing money, but you could be losing money. Like every other card that you open. Clarities, 1911? And then we got, what is this? Shugaboo and Haven. What is that? Rare. Put 2 streak counters on target Clash card you control. If those streak counters on a Haven Clash card, it gets 2/2. Freaking Haven must be a little combination. 2 packs remaining. Really was hoping to get the guy on the cover. I have 2 more boxes, but I'm not. I gotta see what the boxes do. I gotta go. I don't know if they're gonna be printed again. I don't want to like. Ooh, is this? Oh, that's Clarity. I don't know if they're gonna be printed again or if they're like a one-time print. I don't know how they're gonna handle printing, so I kind of want to keep. Ooh, it looks so good. I love Solar Flare. She looks so cool. Then a non-foil, a Plasmax, last pack. Very exciting to open. I like the flashy cards. I don't know. Some people don't. I do. They're a little hard to read. I'll admit, but They look damn good being hard to read. Excellent. Flare. I think it's 3 flares, and I think I did pull 1 flare from another deck, so I think I have a full playset. Missile Barrage. That's new, actually. I haven't seen that one. Uncommon. So it's an equipment? No, it's a counter. It's a trap. Oh, it's a trap! Target attacking clash card gets -2, -2. If you control 2 or more weapons, the trap costs 2 less to activate. So that's the nice thing about traps. When you place a trap down, it goes down into your trap zone, but you don't have to pay for the cost. You only have to pay for the cost when it activates. So it's pretty nice. Sonaro. Crappy crap foil at the end, but oh, it's just Shugaboo Haven. Nothing in the close, but 2 iconic rares, which is pretty cool. And then 2 E's, whatever E's rarity is. So if you enjoyed watching the video, make sure you thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, thumbs down. It's not magic, I know, but I like trying other things. So thanks for watching, and next time.